Before Islam, my life was in two different places. Before travelling and exploring the world, I was like a typical teenager in the UK, drinking, partying, like most young teenagers do. Until I started travelling and going to new countries, my life didn't change. And in February 2023, I came to Morocco for the first time, and that was when I truly experienced Islam for the first time. I always grew up as a Christian, but I wasn't a practicing Christian. And for Islam, for me, I've always been an open book with how I see people in the world, and I don't let stereotypes of people dictate what I think of people. So for me, I didn't know much about Islam. Obviously, you hear what the media tells you, and I think that can be a really diminishing way of letting someone think about a religion. So I was very open-minded before I came to Morocco, and I did my research before I came. I knew that Morocco was a Muslim country, but the way that we're taught in the West is that Islam is the problem, and I think it gets pushed a lot in the media to make us think that these people that are religious and that are Muslim are bad people. And I think I never really believed it truly, but I always had something in the back of my mind that was saying, like, is this really true, or is this what these people are like? But I think until you truly experience it firsthand, you will never know what someone's like. And I always say there's good and bad people everywhere. It was a very unfair, and it's still an unfair stereotype to paint the whole religion as the people of it are bad. So I never really had any negative thinking towards Islam. I just never really had much thinking at all towards it until I was surrounded by an Islamic community. I never really had much thinking towards it. For me, the main way I learned through Islam was spending time with Muslims in Morocco and places like in the Middle East where I've travelled to. I never was pushed into learning about Islam. It was all from my own heart of asking out of curiosity, like, why do you do this? Why do you pray in this way? And like, what do they do in their life? Like, why are they doing it for? And I'm a very logic person of like, why are they doing something? There has to be a reason behind they are doing it. And for me, I never really read the Quran much before because obviously the Quran is in Arabic, but my friends, like Alhamdulillah for that, my friends would always try to educate me on Islam and would always welcome me in with open arms to family events and would let me go to the mosque with them to see what they were doing. So a few months ago, I had been really thinking about, was the religion true? And as I said, I'm a person of logic, and for me, I was really trying just to take bias out of it and take all the distractions and the negative stereotypes of what Islam is about. For me, I had a moment where I was on a plane back from Agadir back to the UK around a month and a half ago, and I was sat on the plane and Ramadan was coming up and my 22nd birthday was coming up in March, and I was saying to myself, something doesn't feel right. If I'm going back to Morocco for Ramadan and I was going to fast again as a non-Muslim, it didn't feel right in my heart, and I think I just stopped being ignorant to myself and stopped lying to myself and was really just true to myself. And the minute I got off the plane, I couldn't get the thought out of my head of like, this doesn't feel right that I'm not Muslim. And then 8 hours later I became Muslim.